world can't stop the sun from shining.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for this week's weekly tarot reading. It's pick a card, okay? Pick a card weekly tarot reading. Really very simple. Just pick a number now between 1 and 5. You can pick more than one number if you wish. If you pick 5 numbers, that might be very interesting. You'll have a full-on week. Let's go to the board now. And we have Prince Harry here, who's decided to have a little kip on the board. And so we'll just work around him. I don't know how this is going to go, but you know how when you have a cat on your lap, you don't want to get up? This is sort of like the same. Have a cat on the board, so I'm reluctant to move him. Okay, so we're looking at card number 1. Card number 1, I'm just shuffling the cards up as we speak, and he's very interested. Do you want to pick the card, Harry? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, he wants to go down to this one. What do you think about that one? Okay, we'll go with this one. Harry's choice. All right, I'll close my eyes. What do I see for card number 1? Card number 1. Okay, so I see a whole lot of manuals, books, papers, all piled up. Who's got paperwork that they haven't done? This is probably for me, by the way. It could also mean knowledge. You have a lot of knowledge about something that you haven't done anything about. Okay, so maybe you've got a sort of an idea for a project, but you haven't actually started. And, you know, there is a time when it is time to let the idea ferment in your mind, and then there's time for action. Okay, Harry's just taken action and disappeared. The card that comes up is the 3 of Swords. Sometimes this is about a relationship that's finished because, or in trouble, or some issue because she has a heart here on her face. But other times it's to do with other situations. It could just be a friendship even, or someone you're not getting on with. But the point is that there's 3 swords. So it's time to cut something off, make a decision, narrow down your options and your alternatives. Maybe this paperwork that I've seen is indicating that there's lots of different ideas and you just need to focus on one thing. You could be having too much on your agenda and then it's hard to decide what to do, and this might have some sort of effect on your relationships. So that's card number 1. Okay, and it's only a temporary thing. It's not, you know, like a long-term thing, but it's enough to get you thinking. Spiritual strength will be given to you. That's the important thing to note here. Card number 2. Card number 2. Let's have a look what comes up. All right, closing my eyes now for card number 2. Oh, okay. Water. Who's not drinking enough water? You may be drinking but not water. Good quality, clean water, not tap water. Okay, so it needs to be filtered if you're getting it out of the tap. And so there's some sort of issue about dehydration or not feeling that well, and water will help. But it's also about your emotions. Water is a symbol of emotions, basically. So you need to get in contact more with your emotions, not less. And sometimes we don't like our emotions, and so we try to avoid them, and we do other stuff or distract ourselves and become super busy rather than dealing with the emotions within. The card that comes up is the King of Cups. This is wonderful because it's all about emotions. This person is very experienced in dealing with his emotions, and he's often a mature person. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a masculine it's a man, but it's a masculine energy, and sometimes you find this energy in women. Often you find this in women, particularly those that are in their 50s and have some experience of life. See, he's dressed in this indigo colour. That's about the third eye, and so intuition is very strong. with this energy. So somebody like this could come into your life and actually assist you in dealing with your emotions, maybe some sort of counselling or a psychic, or somebody who is experienced in life generally could help you out here. But it's a fabulous card. All right, let's look at card number 3 now. Card number 3, if you've picked that. And do stick around to the end. I'll do a psychic channeling at the end. Okay, let's go with that one there. Closing my eyes now. What do I see for 3? I see a compass spinning wildly, and it's like being out on the open ocean, and it's a bit rough. The waves are sort of big, but you're making good speed. It's not a storm. It's not as rough as a storm, but it's, yeah, there's a word for it. I just can't think. A bit choppy. That's more the word. And so you're getting somewhere, but it's not easy. This is to do with your subconscious and navigating the waters of what's going on deep down inside you. The card that comes up is the 4 of Swords. This suggests that you need time out, you need to rest. You could be trying to do too much, and that's why it's a bit turbulent, why the waters are choppy, because there's too many things on your plate. So this suggests exhaustion, so you don't want to get to that absolutely exhausted, burnt out, adrenal fatigue type stage, which I know well. You don't want to get there. And even if you have to cut your work back to half a day or something like that, that would help, okay? Also, another thing, watching your devices, particularly phones, like using small screens, I find it's actually worse. And you know, if you cut down your use of devices and go for a walk or something like that, that actually helps. All right, so you can avoid extreme fatigue, but you do need to rest a bit. Okay, so card number 4. Card number 4, let's see what comes out for you. I'm going to go with that one there. Closing my eyes now for card number 4. Okay, it's like I'm trying to close this big wooden door and the moon is on the other side. The moon is about privacy. This is a theme that's been coming up the last day or two, last couple of days. Privacy, solitude, resting, and the moon is the subconscious, and so it's like we need a bit of a break. There's some huge change. I've noticed different things happening, and there's a major change on the collective about to happen in the next few months, and I think we're already feeling it now. The card that comes up is the High Priestess, so this will help you get in touch with your intuition, your psychic ability, your spirituality. Time out. You might be, when you're having this time out alone, you can think about all of these things, but yeah, it's not a good time to get distracted with stuff that's online. And also, when you're not walking or being alone and you are online, you might find that you're looking up different religions. Even if they're organized religions, there's always something, you know, that's worthwhile that you might be able to learn. But and the reason I say that is because she's got this scroll here, it says Torah, so that's the Jewish Kabbalah system, and all of the great religions of the world, there's something there for, you know, all of us. It's a matter, though, of picking what suits you, because not everything is appropriate to all people. Okay, so the High Priestess, your intuition increases. And lastly, card number 5. 5 is alive. Let's have a look and see what comes up, and then I'll do the psychic channeling. All right, we'll go with this one, and closing my eyes now for 5. The door opens in front of me, and kids' toys fall out, and there's a rocking horse. Okay, so this is the world of the child. Getting in touch with your inner child, and perhaps it's time to to do that, because the inner child has the inspirational energy, the fun-loving energy, leisure and pleasure, wants to be entertained, doesn't want to learn all the time by rote fashion or in a boring way. A child wants to be excited and, to have fun generally. And sometimes if we haven't had childhoods where we've had a lot of that sort of energy, and it's been like the little inner child's been hurt in some way or abused, or is perhaps angry or feels disappointed, then we need to work with those feelings and express those feelings in different ways, in healthy ways. So writing them down, doing some art, music, to express that, to help shift those energies and move them out of our bodies. And so this is about disappointment, the Five of Cups. The inner child might be disappointed especially with regard to relationships, and you'll see the red rose here. And it may have been that you had a very spiritual connection with somebody, but it didn't work out on the physical level. And here there's lots of raindrops, which can suggest tears. But this is only a temporary thing. It's not a permanent thing. So if you find that you're still feeling hurt or disappointed by, what happened in a relationship or with a certain person, you can work on that, because it's not meant to be forever. Okay, and I'll just draw another card. It's interesting, isn't it? Number 1 and 5 is sort of similar sort of energies. I'll just draw another card for that to get extra clarity. And okay, Ace of Pentacles is about being more independent and financially secure. So that's important. So you want to set yourself up for that. And if you weren't financially secure and a relationship ended, make sure that you do whatever is necessary to make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay. All right, but Spirit's handing you the gift of independence with your money, and now you can get on and make your own money, and that'll be more beneficial. Okay, so I'm just going to close my eyes now and see what I can see for everybody for the week commencing 17th of January 2022. Okay, so I've got a landscape in front of me. The sun is going down. It's very dark just here because it's almost down. The foreground is quite dark, but the background is very red because the sun is in the sky. And so it's like the end of the cycle. The day is done, and now we need to rest, you see, because it's going to be nighttime, so there's going to be some darkness, which means that, and that's not a bad thing. Darkness just means that it's time to rest and recuperate, rejuvenate, and not to push ourselves so hard in the month of February, okay? Because maybe we're just sort of ramping up for the year, and it's not yet time to go full bore. Particularly if you're in the northern hemisphere, you are in winter time, and that really is a time of letting the land fallow. The land rests, and that means rest the body. Okay, so that makes sense why there has been such a theme happening the last week or so about resting and recuperating. Okay, down south here, of course it's midsummer for us, and people are going out and having fun, but still you don't want to overdo it. Okay, what's this? Okay, I'm in a big ship, and it has, I think it's called a winch, and it has a steel cable, and it's turning the steel cable. There's something underneath the ship, because there's these long cables going down into the water. It's very, very deep. This is the subconscious going down. You never know, you might find rewards of all kinds. There might be sunken treasure. There's some sort of creature here with claws, and it's like we've pulled up this creature. So there's something here to look at from the past, and it's very, very ancient. This may be some sort of energy that you've inherited. It's on your family tree. And now if you wish to let it go into the light, then you can tell it to leave. Or maybe you throw it back and just say, well, it's down there, that's where it lives. it's like, oh, it's a dragon. It's opening its eyes. It's a dragon. Okay, this is so cool. Dragon energy, because this will give you a lot of power, and it's like magical and manifestation. I wouldn't be telling this one to go, actually, because this dragon will give you heaps of manifestation ability. It's also, yes, there's fire breathing going on here, so it breathes inspiration, and it's motivating, and it's got green, sort of got green around its eyes here, and I'm going to put it back into the water because I think it does a wonderful job deep down in the subconscious waters. So yeah, I'm going to leave that one there for me, and you can decide what you want to do with it. Okay, so that's it, everyone. I hope this is useful for you. Have a wonderful week, and I'm sure you will. Leave a like, leave a comment, and share on your socials. That would be fabulous. And if you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell. Okay, thanks again, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.